All right. So I figured I'm going to do, I think I had it bookmarked to hour 15 minutes. So I'm going to do an hour 15 minutes of this doc for part 1. And then we just going to continue going with that, man. So we got Trap Lord Ross, the mini murders of Lil Durk, man. So very controversial. You know, everybody be trying to jump on Trap Lord Ross and, you know, saying this or that about him. But bro be doing his research. And again, this is all alleged. We got to put that out there. It's all alleged, man. So we're going to get right into it, man. Let's
Disclaimer. Everything in this video is taken from public sources. I cannot be held responsible for content third parties publish. This video is a collection of rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and my own opinion. This video is covered by fair use and contains my own personal analysis and critique of publicly available information only. Visit patreon.com/traplordross if you want uncut, extended, and early versions of my best videos. In 2024, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was at the pinnacle of his career. One of the leading pioneers of drill music, the violent modern incarnation of gangster rap, over the course of his 14-year career, he'd released a series of mixtapes and albums that cemented his place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster rappers in history. And
bro, look at the catalog though, bro. The catalog is crazy.
His place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster.
Dog, Durk was out here working. Signed to the Streets, Remember My Name Deluxe was hard. Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, Signed to the Streets 3 is probably my favorite one of the series. 722, oh man, Durk got a catalog, bro. I ain't gonna cap with you.
Gangster rappers in history, and earning him the nickname The Voice. Over those years, he racked up 4 Grammy nominations, finally winning one in 2024 for his inspirational hit song All My Life with fellow rap megastar J. Cole. The song went double platinum, selling 2 million copies by the end of 2023, an uplifting anthem for the streets. It included an infectious hook where Durk claimed that all his life, people had been trying to hold him down. He rapped that they never thought he would make it out, but they couldn't take him and they couldn't break him. In his verse, he admonished the media for calling him a menace and using his past against him. He rapped about sitting down with the mayor of Chicago and politicians in an effort to change his image. Durk had presented himself as a misunderstood and falsely persecuted artist who was trying to provide a positive message to the downtrodden community he'd emerged from. But it would turn out that this may well have been one big facade, as the world would soon find out the dark reality behind Durk's music was much worse than anyone could have ever imagined. As on October the 24th, 2024, rap fans around the world would get news of a bombshell allegation as federal prosecutors would announce that they had charged 5 people connected to Lil Durk's OTF record label and rap group with the murder of a young man named Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo, who had been brutally shot to death 2 years earlier at a gas station in Los Angeles. With Pab's death and the chilling aftermath caught on camera and broadcast on the news for the whole world to see.
New details tonight in a deadly shooting near the Beverly Center. We've learned the victim is a friend of rapper Quando Rondo. Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders move the body. So far, no arrests have been made.
It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back.
I remember when this first happened, my immediate thought, I'm thinking it's just California politics. We've seen it in the past. Rappers like Young Dolph got hit up in Cali. PNB Rock, Pop Smoke. I'm thinking that this is like a just Cali politics. Rappers in the city, they probably ain't check in or whatever, and some shit went down. That's what I thought this situation was. But what they're alleging is crazy, bro. Yeah, this is the Trap Lord Ross. But yeah, man, this is crazy, bro. Dolph got killed in Memphis, yeah. But he did get shot. He got shot in California back in like 2017. 2017, he got shot. They caught him, I forgot where they caught him, like a mall or something.
He's found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The details.
I saw Quando turned himself in to serve his 33 months. They saying he coming home in 2027. Free Schmirk, man. Free Quando.
Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The details and footage of this disturbing murder would be seen and read all around the world. But not only was it a brutal hit, carried out in broad daylight with no regards for the safety of the public, but it took place next to one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city, the Beverly Center shopping mall. A brazen murder that ironically bared the hallmarks of a similar murder carried out in Chicago 2 years prior, where another rap rival of Lil Durk's, FBG Duck, was gunned down by a group of 6 men, with that crime also being caught on surveillance footage in its entirety.
The Gold Coast, bro. Tourists and everything in the area, bro. Crazy.
Once again in broad daylight in a busy tourist hotspot, a high-end fashion district, with the murder happening right outside the Dolce & Gabbana store.
Well, Rob, Chicago police tell me that these 3 victims were targeted, that 4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing. Lights, sirens, and crime scene tape taking over one of Chicago's most notable streets. Word is spreading on social media that the 26-year-old man pronounced dead is a well-known Chicago rapper.
The thing that got me with Duck all these years, bro, I'm talking a decade plus of the back and forth. Bro, 63rd, like right down the street. Y'all could have been like, and this is the thing, like y'all see each other, y'all probably see each other more than anything in the hood, but y'all wait to this moment at a tourist spot to do it, bro. It's crazy. Best case scenario, Durk will serve like 5 to 7 years and have probation. That probably is best case scenario, but worst case scenario is the needle right now. Worst case scenario is the needle right now, man. Free Schmirky, yo, man. It's bro, this is the craziest thing, bro. Duck and Von died 3 months apart. I think it was exactly, I don't know if it was exactly to the day 3 months apart. It was definitely Duck died August, Von was November. Same freaking year, bro. Crazy.
To see this happen in the middle of the day is very, very disturbing.
And just like in the murder of Lil Pab, FBG Duck was left to die in the middle of the street, traumatizing innocent members of the public, one of whom was even hit in the crossfire.
Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here. I'm in the Gold Coast. I'm in the Gold Coast right now. And man, I was just riding my bike, y'all. I'm just riding my bike. Man, they shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just ran into this, y'all. Man.
But interestingly, all of the men who were involved in the murder of FBG Duck were found guilty of murder, despite the fact that for over a year while the case was being built, they seemingly ran free, expecting no consequences and incriminating themselves extensively. Some of those people involved in the murder were dead by the time the FBI swooped in and delivered justice, and many of those involved were close friends of Lil Durk himself. One of those convicted, Marcus Smart, known in the streets and on songs as Moo-Wop, was a very close friend of Durk's, even being seen on flights with Durk, flexing wads of cash shortly before his arrest and posing for pictures, calling himself Gangsta Killer.
What that is? I gotta get on that. What that is? Who got the most views? Let's see that. Who got the most views? It's yours. Gangsta Killer. Check him out. Gangsta Killer.
Bro, all of this isn't a good look for
Gangsta Killer on live right after the fact with Durk with a bag, not a bag, but a handful of money is crazy, bro. Crazy, so crazy. Tried to outrun it in the video. Yeah, there was no way to escape it, bro. No way. Man, this was crazy.
Durk. But the most important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene. Infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a 6-figure bounty on his head prior to the murder. But this wasn't Von's first time taking allegedly killed 7 people in the gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples.
So these are all allegedly things that Von has something to do with. A lot happened in 2012, bro. Me and King Von we're the same age. He was born 1994, bro. 1994, bro. So he doing this at about 18 years old. This is all throughout 2012. That's what, allegedly 5? We got allegedly 3 in 2014. Bro, this is crazy, bro. This is wild, man. Man, social media was the downfall. That's facts. That's facts. I'm gonna check out that video too, Max. 100K on your head is crazy, bro.
Chicago, something that I broke down in detail in a 3-hour documentary on my channel where I actually argued that he indeed met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. Somehow, Von always managed to evade justice, either beating his murder charges in court due to lack of evidence or not being charged at all due to the fact that his murders were usually committed in the dead of night in the slums of Southside Chicago, rather than the broad daylight assassinations that his friends would later carry out in front of the public. King Von was one of Lil Durk's best friends, and when Von beat his last murder charge at the end of 2017, he decided to follow in Lil Durk's footsteps, becoming a drill rapper too, and openly rapping about the many murders he'd allegedly committed. Von's raps, openly bragging about real murders he'd apparently committed, made him a star in drill music, and with Lil Durk's help and guidance, he quickly became the most buzzing gangster rapper in drill music. But in his heart, Von was still a violent thug, and his tendencies to commit brazen violence would begin to impact Durk's career. In 2019, Von and Durk, along with 2 other people, would be accused of attempted murder and armed robbery, with the 2 appearing in court together.
I remember
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Little Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial.
On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Durk Banks, and his co-defendant Devon Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to...
What's crazy though, if Durk got found guilty of this charge back in 2019, he probably would have been in a better scenario than what he is in right now, and what he's going through legally right now. Like, I remember this time Durk put out that yeah, God, can you hear me? Yeah, heard the story, think I'm finished. That turned myself in, bro. That shit was crazy. Said K.I. Modell Malcolm is confirmed, and I think P5 was good soldier. Constant self-snitching did it too. It's facts. 100K get you took on the planet today. Nah, I'm saying though, even the people that ain't killers, bro, you put 100K on somebody's head, bro, they turn into John Wick, bro. That's crazy. Man. I think Durk coming out, it's hard to tell right now. I don't know.
Shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
Interestingly, Durk looked stressed and nervous in court, while Von looked comfortable and in a familiar domain. Durk and Von would refer to themselves over the years as the Evil Twins, and in one song titled Evil Twins, they referred to themselves as that and went back and forth, repeating, "If you do it, I'ma do it," even saying "go hop out the car and do it." Clearly, Von was a dark and negative influence on Lil Durk and his career. Von was in the habit of doing real crimes and rapping about them in his music without a care for who heard it. And if Von did it, then Durk would begin doing it too. But unfortunately for the Evil Twins, Von would suddenly die in November 2020 after launching an unprovoked beating on the rapper Quando Rondo in front of an Atlanta hookah lounge. Sometimes in life, every action has a reaction, and the reaction from this beating resulted in one of Quando's friends, Lil Tim, jumping out of the car, opening fire, and killing King Von. Ironically, Von, the demonic killer turned rapper who had seemingly murdered 7 people in Chicago and got away with it, ended up getting shot dead after starting a fistfight with a rapper rather than in a shootout with gangsters.
And it didn't even happen in Chicago too, man. Like, that's so crazy.
With Quando Rondo started on the internet rather than in the streets, off the back of a back and forth with Quando's friend and label mate NBA YoungBoy, who seemingly didn't want to proceed with a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back and forth where
Hold on, what did I say?
Who seemingly didn't want to proceed.
That nigga YoungBoy holding that, let's to his chest, drop that shit. Yeah, they was fucking with each other, bro. They was for sure fucking with each other. It was just a regular Tuesday for Von in that courtroom. No lie, bro. He was way too comfortable. They gonna put the Atlanta case on a murder for hire. Even if he didn't get indicted for it, they dropped it in 2022. I mean, he beat that though, didn't he? I feel like ain't that like a double jeopardy type of situation? Bobby getting released July 27th. Yeah, and I heard Lucci coming home too. That's facts. We never got the Evil Twins tape. Evil Twins is out. Is it out? Yeah, Lucci coming home. Yeah, I don't think the Evil Twins tape about to drop, bro. I don't think that's dropping. I know some people hate Von for killing people. This killer get killed. He didn't kill innocent people. It's war out there, bro. This is crazy. That's a crazy statement. I mean, bro, like the trenches is different, man. The trenches is different, bro. Von was something else. Von was different, bro. The night could have gone wrong for Von and his crew. That's facts.
With a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back and forth where Von took pictures with the mother of YoungBoy's child. Von essentially died over nothing more than an internet back and forth with a rapper turned fight turned self-defense shootout.
Over
in the
a
end,
female,
he was no
bro.
longer here to face the music for the murders that he'd done and arranged. But after King Von died, Lil Durk was still running free. And interestingly, after Von's death, Durk was able to make a maneuver and have the attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death
So I want to ask y'all, do y'all feel like the charges being dropped, bro? It was so much speculation that Durk pinned it on Von, who of course was deceased at the time. Do y'all think Durk would have took that route? Or do y'all feel like they just, you know, dismissed it on their own accord? Or do y'all feel like Durk, I ain't gonna say snitched, but said that, hey, I didn't do this, and if I didn't do it, then maybe my co-defendant did. Maybe initiated that. Von was on hella drugs that night. Beat Von, I was on the bus. T Grizzly or Von? That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. They both great storytellers. Durk Cook, considering all the info about the credit cards, OTF Jam being wired. The wire is gonna fuck him up. The credit cards, he could probably get away with that one. But the wire, depending on what they got, is gonna be crazy. You feel like it was pre-planned. All the places Quando was sleeping in the car. Bro, and that's the thing. Like, Von wasn't even supposed to be at that venue that night where that happened. He was supposed to be at a whole different club, but he left out on his own. Went to a different spot. I think he had a couple guys with him. And Quando wasn't bothering nobody. It's just Atlanta's so small, especially with rappers, because they all really go to the same spot. In fact, Von was always smiling and chill, made him different, like the gangster lifestyle ain't faze him. Scary, just like YoungBoy. It's scary, bro. Said Durk ain't snitching. FBI probably told ATL investigators to drop it, to have a federal case for him. You think they've been building this that long? I heard it's been some years. Von was on a Pergio that night. The wire is insane. Watch it backdoor facts. Durk getting locked up was unexpected. Yeah, it don't make sense. Something about the way Von was moving that night. Yeah, and they always say, like, you kind of know. You kind of know. You can tell when it's like...
Attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death of King Von meant that Lil Durk had a second chance to escape the cycle of violence and focus on his music career. But despite his promising rap career, it would seem that the death of his evil twin, King Von, consumed Lil Durk. And in the midst of the killing of one of Chicago's most dangerous rappers, who seemingly always got revenge for any of his friends that were killed, a dark trend would emerge, where fans would goad Lil Durk, begging him to get revenge.
Slide for Von! Slide for
With
Von!
rival rappers like 6ix9ine even mocking Durk openly and asking why he hasn't avenged his friend, ultimately showing off the infamous text that said "Slide for Von" in blood in the music video for his song Gine, and rapping that his friend got shot and he just made music about it, taunting Durk, telling him to get a gun and go and get some get back, and saying that he knew he wouldn't ride out and get revenge for his friend on his
I'll
own.
never forgive y'all niggas for making Durk crash out, bro. I said this years ago when it first happened. I hope Durk don't get caught up with the internet narrative and throw away this whole thing that he's worked so hard for, bro. It's crazy, man.
Clearly, all of this trolling struck a nerve with Lil Durk, and not only did Durk lose Von, but over the years, he's lost over 30 friends to street violence, up to the point where fans have speculated that he's actually cursed, as I broke down in another video on the topic. And not only did Lil Durk lose Von in 2020, but in 2021, his beloved blood brother D-Thang was also murdered at a Chicago nightclub in another incident that was seemingly gang-related. Now, just being completely honest, I can't imagine being in that situation. I haven't lost a friend or relative to murder the same way that Durk has, and who knows how the average person would react under this sort of pressure and grief. But ultimately, Lil Durk should have focused on his music career, the success that he was having, and continuing to provide for his family and the people who relied on him. But it would seem that his apparent desire to slide and get revenge was actually stronger than his desire to chase money, success, and security for his loved ones. As he famously rapped on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Babyface Ray, he would rather get revenge than get millions. And he would seemingly know his fate long before the murders happened when he rapped on his song Red Man that when people ask him where he think he'll be in 10 years, he replies,
I said the
federal
feds.
custody. Ultimately, 2 years after Lil Pab was murdered, the indictment black and white that this murder was allegedly a get-back for the killing of King Von. But this wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd been paying attention, as within months of the murder of Lil Pab, Lil Durk and others close to him would begin to claim openly in music and on podcasts that Lil Durk had indeed slid for Von.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him. Oh, you. Oh, yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
You talking about? By the slide for Von comments. Still, I don't know if people still say it.
They say you can't say that no more.
Bro.
Why? Oh,
face,
yeah, because of...
No.
Wait, no.
For no reason, I just don't see the comments no more.
Smirk, bro. And he got that look of, he dead ass too.
For my reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Yeah, though. We different in Iraq.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
I feel like you troll right there. Well, I never troll him. He got beat up too bad. We had it already. So you're not condoning more violence? What? Everybody you telling me about don't matter.
Hold on, so this is the alleged
Everybody
bodies?
you telling me about don't matter.
Yo, the clip is crazy.
But it wasn't just interviews. In fact, just 4 months after the murder, Lil Durk and his OTF rap collective and label released a project titled Loyal Bros 2. And while many people missed it at the time, this entire project was wall-to-wall with jaw-dropping self-incrimination, not just from Durk, but his friends and label mates. In fact, when the indictment dropped, reports would soon begin to spread of an unidentified co-conspirator who had allegedly organized this murder and offered lucrative music opportunities to the other suspects. It could very well be the case that Lil Durk had actually offered his subordinates verses and feature opportunities in exchange for carrying out real murders. Unfortunately Lil Durk is charged with murder for hire in the case of Lil Pab, but the dark truth is, this very well may just be the tip of the iceberg. And ever since the paperwork dropped, there's been intense speculation as to whether this was a one-off incident, or had Durk actually spent several years using his power, status, and money to have numerous enemies murdered before rapping about it in front of the whole world for everyone to hear. The fact is, there's a total of 6 high-profile murders that Lil Durk is rumored to have orchestrated. So today, we're going to be taking a closer look at those cases to try and work out once and for all whether Lil Durk was really the mastermind behind this series of gruesome murders.
Bro, this is wild. This shit crazy, bro. We ain't even get into the video for real. Man, this shit crazy.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois, man. Lil Durk, Englewood area, whole city, man. I'm saying we out here rapping, doing our thing. I got a big buzz, man, trying to stay tuned and get rich. I'm just a young, I'm 17 years old.
Tell me a little bit about Englewood.
You know, every night, with all the murders and all that happening right now.
I mean, Newski.
That's right here. One of the other interviews, you said that your dad was caught with like $8 million, 6 bricks.
Yeah. That's why I want to be just like him.
So, Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk. It brings me great honor and pleasure as the mayor of the village of Broadview to present this key.
What made you want to sign him?
Mom.
You got a name?
King Von,
King Von. K-I-N-G. What made you want to sign King Von?
Because he got a whole story behind it.
And so on behalf of the village of Broadview, we are honored to present this key to the city, to Durk Banks Neighborhood Heroes. This key is a token of our appreciation for your collaboration and partnership.
On the road again, back on the road again. We catch you, you through. We catch you, you through.
Against a rapper accused.
Bro, Lil Durk really like a real life James St. Patrick. He really like a real life ghost, allegedly, bro. Like, one end you getting the key to the city, man. You shaking hands with the politicians. On the other end, they got you saying you terrorizing the city, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, that got blocked, bro. That shit crazy, man. Key to a killer. They said key to a killer is crazy. Newski in LA would have been killing shit right now. Facts. A lot of niggas would have been killing shit.
You through. We catch you.
Dog, crazy.
A rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move.
So I got a question. It's kind of got something to do with Durk. So do you think when YoungBoy gets out, Who you think gonna collab with since Durk is behind bars? You think artists that don't fuck with YoungBoy gonna collab him since? I mean, I don't know, bro. Music industry so fucked up right now. I feel like all that like clicking up shit that was going on before, I feel like even if people did want to work with YB ain't gonna want to work with them though. That's the thing. I feel like, I mean, depending on what YB mindset is. If his mind clear, he might be open to working with some niggas, but
get to it. You do.
The rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial.
I have nothing to hide. Duck was a threat, gang, with the music, for real, for real.
He gonna be a problem inside this industry for us. We gonna be forced to hit it. We gonna be forced.
4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing.
That's a Chicago rapper, man, by the name of FBG Duck. Shot.
Yo, they got 63rd. Some dirty.
If we into it for real. Like, not no faking to it. If we into it, I don't know. Because they be thinking, yeah, it's a lot of faking to it going on. But if we into it, you say we into it, you better, I swear to God.
Dante Banks was killed when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk.
So we thank you and we honor you and we appreciate you being in the village of Broadview, and here's your key.
Durk was embroiled in some eternal, I need you off of this earth beef.
It's like a movie.
Because he what? Of course. Not only that, he needed the guys who killed his brother off this earth.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but you know, I understand. I understand what y'all going through. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the f out, man.
Yeah, yo, Wallow. Durk ain't trying to hear none of that shit, my guy. I fuck with Wallow, salute, but Durk ain't trying to hear none of that shit, my guy. The job is done, allegedly.
And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the f out, man.
Man, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, man.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning. He raps under the name FBG Cash.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in
Bro,
an SUV.
the day before FBG Cash got killed, this nigga shared me to his Instagram story, bro. He shared me to his Instagram story the day before he got killed. And I replied, I was like, oh, yo, appreciate you checking out the reaction. You know, he liked the message and whatnot. But bro, that's crazy, man.
Killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning. He raps under the name FBG Cash.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk could be linked to a second murder-for-hire plot. Images of the gunman who shot and killed Stefan Mack in 2022. Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk is facing new charges in a murder-for-hire plot.
I don't know. Might be the water.
You better have
Might
your
be the
gun
water,
for
it's crazy.
Better have your gun for boom. Better have your gun for see. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree.
Bro, this intro is wild.
Know that we did it.
If he is convicted.
You know that we did it is even crazier, man. What happened to Shoebox, baby? It's been a minute since I heard from Shoebox. Damn. You need Lil J. Bro said Lil J. So where Buka at?
Could spend the rest of his life in prison.
Lil Durk, real name Durk Devontae Banks, was born on October the 19th, 1992. According to his mother, LaShonda Woodard, who has written a memoir about her life, Durk, or Tay as his mother called him, shorthand for Devontae, was a problem child from early on who just couldn't stay still and was always getting into trouble. Durk and his 2 older siblings, his big brother Booney, better known as OTF D-Thang, and his big sister, Tuta, were not planned children, but rather, as his mother explains in her memoir, she would barely even know Durk's father when she would get pregnant unexpectedly with her oldest child D-Thang while they were both still in high school. And even after that, while Durk's father, Dante Banks, aka Big Durk, would help to provide for her and the kids, they were never officially together as a couple, even as she kept becoming pregnant due to failing to use contraception. And to make matters harder, Big Durk would end up getting locked up on serious charges when Lil Durk was only about 7 months old.
Damn, 1993? I think, yeah, he got released in 2021, bro. That's a long time. 1993 to 2021. Crazy, bro.
As he would get busted for a major drug dealing operation in 1990. when Lil Durk was only about 7 months old, as he would get busted for a major drug dealing operation in 1993, allegedly operating under the Gangster Disciple Nation, or GDN, and even having ties to the infamous founder of the gang himself, Mr. Larry Hoover, whom Big Durk would allegedly refuse to snitch on, ultimately winding up getting himself a life sentence that he would serve for over 2 decades, before successfully appealing his sentence and getting released in 2019, something which I discussed in detail in a deep dive video about the man, which you can go and watch if you want the full story on Big Durk. But anyway, Lil Durk and his family would spend his first years living in his grandmother's house and his mother's childhood home in the infamous Englewood neighborhood, an address that would later become famous, being the name of his 7th studio album, the 7220 South Halsted Street. The family would get another addition in 1997 when Durk's mother gave birth to his younger sister, Tania. Sometime after that, the family would move to a Section 8 3-bedroom house on Laughlin Street. As a young schoolboy, Lil Durk would attend the Guggenheim Elementary School, located on 72nd and Morgan, a school which district officials would call the worst elementary school in Illinois in 2012 when the school was eventually closed due to its poor performance. According to his mother, Durk was so out of control as a child that she literally couldn't work because of how often she would be called to the school due to his bad behavior. At only 9 years old, Durk would apparently even attempt to rob a Harold's Chicken with his mother's gun that he had somehow found, with their neighbor actually then appearing at the family's front door holding Durk from his collar in one hand whilst holding the gun that they had taken from Durk in the other. Around the same age, Durk would also begin often fighting at school and stealing bikes, hiding them in the family's basement so that his mother wouldn't find them. But in his younger years, Durk was also very athletic, and he would be involved in the Jesse White Tumblers, an acrobatics program in Chicago, as well.
This nigga was a cheerleader, bro? Hold on, bro. This is the athletic ass nigga, bro. An athletic street nigga, bro.
Very athletic, and he would be involved in the Jesse White Tumblers, an acrobatics program in Chicago, as well as playing basketball in his school's team. But unfortunately, both hobbies required him to keep up good grades at school in order to participate, which would ultimately take him away from sports altogether. Now, in order to get help with raising a young Lil Durk, his mother would eventually move back to live with Durk's grandmother at 7220 Halsted. But as Durk would later explain to Complex, this would do little to steer him away from trouble, and it was around this age that he would truly begin to get sucked into the street life.
72nd Halsted, house I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? My grandma's house. This is where it all started at, you know what I'm saying? Just the rap, the whole stop going to school. That's what we basically hopped out the streets we came in.
We grew up in a 3-bedroom house, really 2. My grandma kept a room to herself. These things here at the couch. I had the floor in the back. It just came from nothing, you know what I'm saying? It came from one house, like 10 people. Even days the lights was off. Nah, the worst memories of the motherfucker not eating shit. That's the worst you can go. You really should have enough rice and toast, stuff like that. Starve not eating at night.
This house gave me intelligence, you know what I'm saying? It showed me to be a man, you know what I'm saying? Nobody won't think why you make it out of here.
During his adolescence, Durk would become affiliated with 2 gangs from his neighborhood in Englewood, Lamron and D-Town. Lamron would rep the streets between 62nd and 65th, with their main corner being on 64th and Normal Avenue. The name of the set, Lamron, in fact being normal, spelled backwards. But many members of Lamron would also rep the name OTF, which is now known to mean Only the Family. But OTF might not have always referred to Only the Family, as Durk's label is now known, because some have suggested that it actually originally stood for Only Trey Folks, a reference to the membership of the gang being made up exclusively of Black Disciples, a historic Chicago gang whose hand sign depicts them making a 3, or the Treys, a hand sign that was famously depicted on fellow BD drill rapper Chief Keef's Bang 3 mixtape. The first—
I never heard that one before. I ain't never heard that before. That's crazy.
mentions of this OTF name on Facebook appear to be from around 2010, which is likely why the feds are now also tracing OTF's founding back to that specific year. D-Town, on the other hand, was located directly north of Lamron, their main streets being 59th and 61st. These two sets were seemingly extremely close to each other, and they would both rep the number 300, with 3, as I've already mentioned, being an important number for the BDs or Black Disciples that both sets were indeed affiliated with. Together, the two sets would go under the umbrella name DTLR 600, the number 600 coming from literally adding the two 300s together. Lamron and D-Town would also be very close with several other majority BD sets from the south side of Chicago, such as the now infamous Wick City, aka O-Block, located in the notorious Parkway Gardens housing projects known for rappers like Chief Keef and King Von, as well as TYMB, Blackgate, a crew known particularly for the rapper SD from Chief Keef's Glory Boys, Dipset, aka Front Street, known best for the late rapper Fredo Santana, Dog Pound, which is Durk's big brother D-Thang's gang set, as can be seen in this massive chain that he had made in the honor of the 72nd Street that the set hails from. There's also AMG, also known as Mac Block, or the Avenue, aka the Ave. There's Lowlife, and the much more famous 600 set from the Washington Park neighborhood.
So, and then with all of this, right?
AKA the Ave, there's Low Life, and the much more famous 600 set.
With all this, so the GDs was like around here. They're surrounded by all these gangs they all fuck with each other, and it's just y'all right there, bro. Like, y'all ain't trying to move up here, Fuller Park or nothing, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy surrounding, bro. Bro, stepdaddy applications is crazy. Crazy, bro. Wild. OTF stand for something else. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, it's crazy.
From the Washington Park neighborhood, known for rappers like E-Day, Rondo No. 9, and the late LA Capone. Lamron and D-Town were also close with a set called Bang Bang Gang, or BBG, as can be seen from this picture in 2010, where Durk himself is portrayed together with this set's name, or in this 2010 music video, where Durk and Lil Reese shout out the set. In fact, one of the main members of Durk's OTF crew, Booney Mo, is allegedly from this majority black P-Stone set that reps 79th Street, particularly 79th and Damon, sometimes going by the name 227, as well as an older name, Terror Dome. This set would gain an infamous reputation in the 2010s due to their long war with the GD set called Killer Ward, which in 2015 led to a highly publicized murder of a 9-year-old boy named Tyshawn Lee, whose father was an alleged member of the Killer Ward gang. Killer Ward is interestingly also known for being King Von's original hood before he would move to Parkway Gardens or O Block.
Word!
Right now I'm in an area called Killer Ward.
I always thought Von was from O Block. I thought he was born and raised like his parents gave birth to him in a tub in the Parkway Gardens apartment building. I did not know Von wasn't originally from O Block. That's crazy.
To Parkway Gardens or O Block.
Right now I'm in an area called Killer Ward. This is where I grew up at. I went to grammar school on 6th and Walcott, like kindergarten or 8th grade. This is the area, so this played a big part of my life. I grew up here being bad, gang banging around here.
As Durk was getting increasingly into the street life, he would also begin his high school studies, first attending Percy Julian High School, located in the far south side of Chicago. But due to the long commute, he would soon transfer to the infamous Paul Robeson High School in Englewood, another school that has since been closed due to its poor performance, and a school which many legendary people from the Chicago drill scene would attend in the early 2010s around the same time as Durk, including people like the late rapper Lil Jojo, who was from the Brick Squad set from 69th and Eggleston, their hood being located right next to that school, and this set having had a long-lasting beef with Lamron, D-Town, and other BD majority sets from around Englewood. The rapper Famous Dex also attended Robeson, Dex being from a GD set called Mo, or MOE, located in a large GD stronghold, a neighborhood referred to as No Love City, which would also beef heavily with Lamron and D-Town. The late rapper Lil Mister would also attend Robeson, even getting an opportunity
Durk's cousin
to perform his drill anthems at the school. Lil Mister was from a set called Wooga World on 75th and Stewart, the set being very closely affiliated with Brick Squad and therefore also rivals to Lamron and D-Town. As Durk's mother would recall in her memoir, Robeson had numerous rival gangs that would bring far more problems to Lil Durk's young life. And over time, he and his friends would begin to get into increasingly violent encounters with the gangs that they didn't get along with. Eventually, these beefs and schoolyard fights would escalate into shootings and killings, with one of the first major losses on Durk's side being a 17-year-old called Lil Mo. Real name Terrence Hollins, he would be gunned down in Lamron's hood in July of 2009, and according to online rumors, Mo was killed by a member of No Love City called Tone Bone, but the facts regarding this case remain vague. In 2020, rapper Brick Youngster would rap in his song Let's Talk Part 2, OTF Diss, that Lil Mo was actually killed by friends of King Von, but it's not clear what friends he's specifically referring to. But in any case, Mo's death was clearly a major turning point for Lamron and D-Town, and they would pay tribute to him religiously. Durk, who had been getting into rapping around this time, would even make a tribute song to his fallen friend, this seemingly being one of the first of his old songs that can still be found on the internet. With Durk rapping to the classic beat from Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane's song We Be Steady Mobbin', Durk was clearly influenced by Lil Wayne's rapping style.
He sounded a lot like Wayne.
Freestyling all of his lyrics on the spot. Now, the song is a far cry from the Durk drill anthems that he would produce just a few years later, but by its subject matter, the song was quite clearly a precursor to drill music as we know it today, as Durk would not only shout out other BD sets, such as Dog Pound and the Ave, but he would also diss numerous rival sets, including No Love City, Brick Squad, and somewhat surprisingly, also a set called Brick City.
So this was L's anthem before L's anthem, pretty much. That's crazy. From Killer Ward, he moved to O Block. Damn. Remember Von had the verse on Phil Jackson with Polo G saying, even though that's folks' cousin. Yeah, I remember that. These proud history documentaries, just street documentaries. I think they some street shit. I don't know how Trap Lord Ross be knowing all this, bro. Polo label removed it. Damn. I didn't know that.
Who were an older generation from the same hood as 600, a group of OTF allies from Washington Park, who would not long after become very close with Lamron and particularly Lil Durk personally. Similar set repping can actually be heard in Durk's other alleged 2009 song called My Partner Them, this song being a remix of the Atlanta rap crew Rich Kid's 2009 song My Partner Them. And again, Durk can be heard shouting out sets like Lamron, D-Town, Young Money, and Terradome, amongst others, as well as his friends like Lil Varney from Lamron. Also in 2009 is when Durk would begin to get in trouble with the law, as in November, he would be arrested for vehicular hijacking. According to the police reports, an unknown person would first try and rob a woman's car by force, and as the police would later find the car in traffic near D-Town's hood, two men would exit the car and attempt to escape, but they would be caught. One of these men turned out to be a 17-year-old Lil Durk. According to the police, while in custody, either Durk or the other man would freely state that he had seen the car running for about 20 minutes with no one inside, so he decided to take it. However, despite this admission, it doesn't appear that Durk ever received any legal consequences from this incident. But then, only a month later in December, Durk would again be arrested, this time for criminal trespassing, as he was hanging out with 3 other people inside of a laundromat in Dog Pound's hood on 72nd and Halsted, and interestingly, Durk's gang affiliation in the arrest report would be marked incorrectly as Gangster Disciple, perhaps due to his father's affiliation with the gang being widely known amongst the Chicago Police Department.
Bro, ain't it kind of like, I ain't gonna say poetic, I don't know if poetic's the right word, but how Durk's dad was affiliated with the Gangster Disciples and then Durk just don't fuck with the Gangster Disciples, bro. It's crazy, man. Crazy. We getting all this information, man. I don't know. Durk made it out the trenches, just ended up locked up. Yeah. Once blood said, bro, you can't go back. Again, this is all alleged. It's all alleged right now. Said Mama Duck told Trap Lord Ross, Vlad, his roommate. Said Durk took Von's rap book.
But anyway,
crazy.
coming into 2010, Durk was now a bona fide gang member, but he was also beginning to really focus on his rap career. And in April, he would drop his first ever music video for a song that was first titled Wasted Freestyle, rapping on the beat from Gucci Mane's classic song Wasted. However, for some reason, that same channel would then release the same music video again a few weeks later, but this time with the title Lamron Wasted. But these two are the same song. The song was stylistically very similar to Durk's earlier songs, as he was still freestyling his lyrics whilst using the Lil Wayne style auto-tune delivery.
Yeah.
And once again, much of the song was about him shouting out the numerous other sets and members in his area, including Terradome, Young Money, his friends Lil Varney, Booney Mo, and Tracy Mo, as well as Wick City and Blackgate, among many others. According to Durk's mother, this song would be an instant hit in Chicago, motivating Durk to focus on rap and take it seriously. And only about a month later, it was followed by another music video for a song titled L's. But this time, also the Grim Reaper of Chirac himself, Lil Reese, would be in the mix, somehow having a flow and lyrics that were light years ahead of his more recent output, which was not lost on fans of Chicago drill when they would run into this video years later.
When does Lil Reese get out? I heard they gave him like 5 years or something. Yeah, Big Durk was affiliated. He was cool with Larry Hoover and them. Was good, Jay. Yeah, I think Reese locked up for like some domestic shit or something.
Put much more effort into this song, finally resulting to actually writing down and thinking about his lyrics rather than simply freestyling. And the beat of the song was also much darker than his earlier tracks, foreshadowing the formation of the drill sound that was soon to follow and become huge. However, for whatever reason, he would not drop any more music during 2010, but coming into 2011, he would truly get into his bag, dropping numerous songs and music videos, including Sneak Dissin' in January, I'm a Hitter in March, which would help Durk land a radio interview on University of Chicago's WHPK 88.5. There was the track Rob Who with Lil Reese that dropped in May, a track 227K in June, which would be a diss song towards their old friends, the BBG, aka Terradome, who they apparently had a falling out with, seemingly allying with Terradome's enemy, the Killer Ward, instead. Another track called Too Many Say Day Drillin' with Lil Reese was posted on YouTube by none other than Chief Keef, who was also beginning to get a major buzz in the city for his music around this time as well. He would then drop the I'm a Boss freestyle in October, which would use the legendary beat from Meek Mill's song by the same name. In August, Durk would also release his first mixtape, titled after his song I'm a Hitter, hosted by DJ Twin. Durk's rap career would truly begin to flourish during 2011, the same time as the entire Chicago drill scene was beginning to pop off in the city, with artists like King Louie, Chief Keef, E-Day, S-Dot, FBG Duck, Bo Deal, Lil Reese, and Lil Durk leading the charge.
There was so many niggas, Lil Herb, Lil Bibby, bro. We could name about 30 people. The buzz of the drill scene, bro, that happened. Everybody got a deal. Everybody was getting money, whether it was ops or not, bro. So Reese he get out 2027, 2028. That's crazy. Yeah, Reese, bro, in and out them motherfucker, bro. But like Chicago rappers make it out. I go to jail. Chief Keef, the only rapper. Yeah, Chief Keef did it right. Chief Keef definitely did it right. Fell down to my knees when along came. This name the same thing repeating Durk did years ago. It's all about context. It's all about context, because this could be somebody's first time hearing about this stuff.
But 2011 wasn't only good times for Durk, as many developments would be going down in the streets, and in July, he would end up losing a person that was not only important to him, but also the entirety of the D-Town set, as an 18-year-old Tay-Ski, or Tay-Tay, real name Davonte Childress, was gunned down in D-Town's hood. Like Lil Mo on Lamron's side, Tay-Ski would become known as one of the first major losses for D-Town, and they would be so impacted by his passing, they would rename their hood Tay-Town, also known as TTE, which also means threats to everybody, or Tay-Town Entertainment.
I wanted that, okay.
His mixtape I'm a Hitter, that was released about a month after Tay-Ski's death, Durk himself would have a tribute song towards him titled Tay-Ski Crazy. Interestingly, unlike many other murders in Chicago, this one would eventually actually be solved, and 2 people would end up being charged and found guilty, Antoine Reynolds and Marlon Boyce, both.
Bro, look at this nigga head, bro.
Solved. And 2 people would end up being.
Look at this nigga dome, bro. This nigga head shaped like a fucking bro. That's crazy.
Charged and found guilty, Antoine Reynolds and Marlon Boyce, both alleged members of a GD set called Shields, hailing from 57th and Shields. After Tay's murder, Lamron and Tay-Town would understandably be thirsty for revenge, and they would allegedly get that revenge the following year, when a member of the Shields named Travis Henry was shot and killed while sitting in his car in the Shields hood. Just like Tay-Town, Shields would pay tribute to their fallen friend by renaming their hood Travis World, whilst also claiming to be TTEK, or Tay-Town Killers. It would take 2 years for the police to finally find a suspect, but in 2014 they would charge a man for the murder of Travis, this man being none other than OTF DD, real name DeAndre Wilson.
I never knew DD got caught up in some shit like this before. 1st degree murder, bro. Damn. Yeah, Chicago had an all-star lineup, bro. Yeah, I reacted to Juice WRLD album. It's still on the channel. It should be still on the channel. So the Sniper's Wet Dream, bro. That's crazy. I think Durk is still in LA. I don't think Chicago charged him with anything. Yeah, he ain't get charged with anything. Bro, I ain't know Diddy was like that, bro.
Who was already back then one of Lil Durk's closest friends. However, by 2023, after almost a decade of fighting these charges, OTF Diddy would end up beating the case and walking away a free man. But back to 2011, Durk would find himself in trouble with the law once again, when he would be arrested in October for an aggravated UUW, or unlawful use of a weapon, as he was caught trying to hide his gun and flee from the police. However, the most interesting part about this arrest is the fact that the police were already looking for Durk due to an investigative alert with probable cause to arrest. Years later, rumors would begin to circulate online that the reason why not only Durk, but also Lil Reese were wanted during this time was due to a shooting in late August 2011 where 4 teens had gotten shot in Woodlawn, more specifically in the hood of the infamous set Jarrow City. Fortunately, nobody would die in the shooting, although some of the victims would reportedly be taken to hospital in critical condition. Interestingly, the Grim Reaper himself, Lil Reese, would later state in a DJU interview how he had previously shot someone who had been on the same interview couch, with many fans thinking that Reese was talking about this very case and specifically referring to a well-known Jarrow City member and infamous internet motormouth FBG Butter, who had indeed been on DJU's couch shortly before Lil Reese's interview.
I said you had a lot of goof on this couch. I've been watching lately.
Goof like who?
I done seen on this trying to pop before.
I done seen some niggas on this motherfucker that I didn't pop before. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Bro, that's wild. That is wild. Ain't no way Reese said this, bro.
You did what?
Damn.
Butter would then return to DJU and seemingly admit that he was indeed one of the victims, whilst even providing possibly a motive for the shooting.
We op shopping. We go on 61st, we catch Lil Durk and Lil Reese inside the store. They scared as hell. But I ain't even know who Lil Reese and Durk was on 4th grade, right? Tutu get on folks' grade, Tutu coming at cheap. Cause we walked past them. Tutu double back, he on Tuka. On folks' grade, they in that scared as hell. They, boy, what's up, y'all with that? On Tuka, Lil B them get right on it. Hey, y'all with that? He with what, boy? Lil Reese getting that with what?
In addition to him saying we done had some goofy on the couch, he was like, yeah, I popped one of these that's been on the couch. He ain't putting no names on it, so I guess if the shoe fit where, huh?
The shoe don't fit over here, gang.
But whatever the case may be, Durk would reportedly remain locked up for 3 months, during which
Hey,
time...
y'all say what y'all want about Butter, bro. I heard FBG Butter had hands, bro. I heard the nigga had hands, man. I ain't gonna lie. I called Diddy the threat, yeah. Bro, that's crazy. I see like some of the DJU interviews, bro. I'll be catching some of them. It's been a while.
But whatever the case may be, Durk would reportedly remain locked up for 3 months, during which time his girlfriend Nicole would give birth to his oldest son, Angelo, in November. Then, at the beginning of 2012, Durk would get back out and hit the streets running, dropping the song Off the Shits with Lil Reese in January 2012, along with a music video filmed by the legendary Chicago cameraman D. Gaines. Meanwhile, Lil Durk's friend Chief Keef's career was also heating up, dropping his music video for a song called 300 also in January, which would begin to make major noise in Chicago. From there, soon Chief Keef would be performing for a packed-out crowd in the legendary nightclub located in Markham in the far south side suburbs of Chicago, with several Lamron members right by his side, including guys like Lil Reese, Ball Out, and Lil Durk himself. Chief Keef would also make a cameo on Lil Durk's music video for the song Jack Boy, released in early March, while Durk had already been present during Keef's 2011 music video for his song Bang. Now, the world didn't know it yet, but the Chicago drill scene was about to go worldwide, as the pressure in this buzzing music scene was building and would eventually explode, influencing the entirety of hip-hop at large. On March the 11th, the blow-up, or should I say glow-up, would finally happen, as Chief Keef would drop Drill's first nationwide hit, the iconic track I Don't Like, together with a music video where Keef and his buddies, including
name a drill song bigger than I Don't Like, bro. I dare y'all name a drill song that had more motion than I Don't Like. Bro, this nigga Keef had a Kanye West feature. A Kanye feature for his first breakout hit, man. Name everybody that's still in the stream, bro. Name a drill song better than I Don't Like. Name one, bro. Damn. Come on now.
Amron members Lil Reese and Ball Out could be seen wildly dancing to the booming beat produced by Young Chop.
Chief Keef started this shit, bro. Chief Keef started this shit.
Building on the success of I Don't Like, Durk would drop a major hit later in March himself, the drill classic L's Anthem, another auto-tuned banger dedicated to his Lamron set. Durk, together with the likes of Chief Keef and Lil Reese, were now the main faces of the new Chicago drill scene, and if you would have seen the potential in Durk at the time, you would have truly gotten yourself a bargain deal for a feature, price tag at this time being just $1,000.
That's
then,
it?
in late April, Durk and Reese would both make a major announcement when it was revealed that they would both be signing to Def Jam, one of hip-hop's most historically significant record labels. And this was even before Chief Keef would sign his historic $6 million deal with Interscope. But unfortunately, just as Durk's career was about to take off, he would have to go back to jail to finish his sentence for the UUW, keeping him out of the picture for several months, whilst his friends and family were trying to keep his buzz going. Durk would get out in July, this time hitting the streets with a new look and a new hunger, which would culminate in December with his third mixtape, Life Ain't No Joke, featuring big names in the rap game like French Montana, Soulja Boy, and Yo Gotti. However, it would be Durk's next major move that would truly make him a household name, as in May 2013, he would drop the song This Ain't What You Want, together with his most professional music video until that point, probably.
I call it how I see it, so this ain't what you want. I'm on the road, doing shows I know. Bro, come on, man. Durk was different, man. Except Finito. Love Sosa was hard. Yeah, Sosa ain't even 30, bro. So Herb made it out. Hopefully he stay low. Facts. People don't give G Herbo his credit too. G Herbo is on the same kind of time as Chief Keef, bro. Like he don't do too much. Man, stop it. Sosa is goated, bro. Sosa's goated, man. Stop it. D-Man, stop it, man.
The song This Ain't What You Want, together with his most professional looking music video until that point, probably enabled by Def Jam's big production budgets. The music video included cameos from numerous people who would later become infamous in the drill scene, including the 600 rapper Rondo No. 9, who would ultimately end up killing an innocent livery driver the following year, receiving a 39-year sentence, and, bizarrely, Mubu Crump, nicknamed the Chirac scorekeeper by DJ Academics, who would eventually fall out with Durk and his OTF crew before getting killed in 2018, as well as THF Bezu from the THF 46 set, who would be arrested for a murder in 2014, but ultimately ended up beating the charges, going on to release the 2018 street hit, Beat That Body, together with another body beater, King Von, who himself at that time had just successfully beaten his own murder charges. But anyway, back to 2013, and unfortunately for Durk, once again, right as his career was about to blow to that next level, he would get in trouble with the law once again, as he was arrested for another UUW in June, after police would catch him red-handed with a stolen Glock, while the local news would report on him as a rapper, quote, associated with Chief Keef. That says a lot about where the kind of discourse around Chicago drill music was at the time. Regardless, Durk would catch a lucky break, as his friend would actually end up signing an affidavit claiming that the gun was actually his, ultimately getting Durk off the hook. But in the meantime, there was another controversy brewing. While Durk would be released on bail later in June, he would almost immediately get into an online beef with none other than Chief Keef himself. As Durk's OTF affiliate, Chief Wook, would begin tweeting apparent disses towards Keef, accusing him of not being a stand-up friend and refusing to help somebody that needed bail money, despite having signed a $6 million record deal. Durk would actually retweet his friend's posts, whilst also letting his own feelings be known, saying how he's still in the hood and not in the rich suburbs outside of Chicago like Keef was at the time, as well.
But look though, to play devil's advocate, bro, if I'm Chief Keef and I got $6 million, I'm not taking care of no grown ass, man. That street shit is gone out the window. I'm in Cali, nigga. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5, nigga. That game just came out at that time. I'm in the crib, nigga. I'm sorry, but hey, imagine if Keith stayed with the street politics on shit, bro, where he could have ended up in all this. If he kept supplying and paying niggas bonds and bills and taking care of niggas, imagine where Keith would have been with that. Man, come on now. Come on now. G Herbo don't scam, bro. Stop it. All loves, email, all love. So G Herbo gets 3 years probation for stolen credit cards to pay for puppies and private planes. Man, Herb still ain't out here crashing out though, man.
Well as directly
crashing
saying
out
was
though.
F Chief Keef's GBE crew. Naturally, fans at the time would think that the beef was about Durk's bail, which had been 10% of $100,000, an amount that just so happened to be the exact same amount that Keef would post his new four-wheeler costed. These posts actually at the time being seen as subliminal disses towards Lil Durk. However, as 600 member Tay Capone would later explain, the person asking for bail actually would have been an O-Block member called Trey 5.
They came to him about bonding out 5. They came to him about bonding out one of the guys, and Sosa was like, you know, he not spinning them, but he just telling them like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We gon', you know, Trey 5 was from O-Block. He was fighting a charge. He had bond. I think his bond was like 10K, 7,500 or something they was trying to get from So. And Sosa had been, I guess, to them, spinning them about, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever bond money or whatever they was gonna do for 5, they wanted from Sosa. They felt like Sosa was spinning them. So they felt like they gave him enough time to act on what the situation or whatever, and then once they felt like he was just gonna keep spinning them or lying to him, they felt like they had enough time where they felt like they had enough aggression built up from the situation to just act, you know.
But at the time,
if that is true, if Sosa did initially say that, then okay, I look at it a little different. Like, you know, you gotta keep your word for real. Yeah. Oh, y'all tripping, bro. Y'all crazy.
This beef was squashed as soon as it had started, with Lil Durk saying during an interview that it was nothing but some words and that the two groups still had love for each other.
A lot of people have been tweeting me to ask you about your relationship with Chief Keef because of things that have been going back and forth. What is the status of that right now?
It was just a little bit of words. It ain't nothing major though.
Yeah, ain't nothing major?
Nah, ain't nothing major.
It ain't nothing that's gonna grow or?
Nah.
Have y'all communicated since then? Have y'all?
Yeah, we had a little few words to be on some, man. We cooling right now, so.
Yeah.
So I respected that. We respect each other. We got love for each other, so. You know how that Twitter is. You know, Twitter gonna take everything the wrong way.
Ain't Twitter a trip?
Meanwhile, Lil Durk's Lamron set.
Didn't you tweet fuck GBE, bro? Then I saw the tweet that said FGB.
You know, Twitter gonna take everything the wrong way.
Ain't Twitter a trip?
Meanwhile, Lil Durk's Lamron set was getting some questionable publicity in the local media, as the Chicago Sun-Times would publish a scathing cover story about the gang in November 2013, calling the set Lamron Englewood's public enemy #1. And the article would go in depth on Lamron's alleged illegal activities, which according to police included not only shootings and murders, but also drug sales, and even a large counterfeiting ring that produced fake driving licenses. However, at this point in time, the article was only focusing on Chief Keef's connection to the set, and it wouldn't mention Lil Durk at all. Once again, just showing that difference in fame between these two at that point in time. Also in November, Durk would experience another major loss when his good friend Pluto, real name Patrick Walker, would lose his life under strange circumstances. circumstances, reportedly getting shot by a friend from the TYMB set whilst out driving in his car. The incident allegedly being an accident, but one that would eventually sour the relationship between Lamron and TYMB, with Durk later rapping in his song titled Crossroads how Pluto would still be alive if he hadn't been out hanging with the wrong strangers. Behind the scenes though, things between Lil Durk and Chief Keef apparently weren't all good, and in 2014, things would go all the way left when some of Chief Keef's old friends from O Block would also get involved in the beef, with several incidents taking place that year. First, in March, there would be a shooting at Chief Keef's manager's house, which allegedly
Which I'm gonna be watching. The video goes for 4 hours. I'm going to, I think I had it marked for an hour 15 minutes. Hour 15, we gonna stop. That's gonna be the part 1. J-Mane dissed Pluto a few times. J-Mane dissed a lot of niggas, bro. J-Mane was crazy. His disses was off the wall.
Incidents taking place that year. First, in March, there would be a shooting at Chief Keef's manager's house, which allegedly was a robbery that his old friends were involved in. Then in June, Keef would take it to social media, accusing his old friend Boss Top from O Block of breaking into his house while he was in court fighting his own charges, and stealing numerous items, including designer clothes, jewelry, and even his daughter's clothing, earning Boss Top ridiculous nicknames like Broke Top and the Diaper Bandit amongst Chief Keef fans. At the time, controversial commentary would come from a young DJ Academics, who at this point was only just starting his YouTube journey with his War in Chirac series.
It's your boy DJ Academics, and now, as the Chirac Civil War wages on, and let me get my in order. Let me see. We have a new named Boss Top, who was Chief Keef's protege. He was supposed to be the protege savage to Baphomet. Now, I'm not sure why these two fools fell out, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was over maybe some Reggie, maybe some sneakers, and you know my favorite reason for to start beefing in Chirac, sneak dissing. Or it might have been over apparently might have been over some song titles or something to do with another named OD who died, who influenced the whole name of Block, aka O Block. Allegedly, Boss Top and his robbed Chief Keef and another GB member called Capo for their chains, including this notable Jesus piece that Capo owns. They stole KK, which KK is his daughter's little baby. They stole her baby clothes, huh? They stole her baby clothes out of her room. They stole detergent? Whoa. They even stole deodorant. Once you're stealing deodorant, detergent, diapers, and baby clothes, there's something wrong with you. That's how that name Broke Top probably originated. But if you're out here stealing baby apparel, like you at the Baby Gap, it's over.
Now, Durk would seemingly let
I don't know how Academics was able to do this shit the way he did. The niggas from New Jersey, bro. He was, bro. Y'all remember the war in Chirac? This nigga kept up on every killing, everything. Damn, is Boss Top locked up? So I used to, the 300, you switched up on your guys and shit. I was just listening to that. Damn, man.
Stance be known a little while after this in the song 0 to 300, where he raps how he heard that a rapper close to him had gotten their chain stolen, and that they're trying to pay his friend Boss Top to get it back. The beef between Durk and Keef would seemingly continue on and off for years to come, although it would never escalate further and mainly stayed out of the public's view. However, at the time, Durk would also have bigger problems than just rap beef, as in May 2014, his cousin OTF Nunu, aka Nooski, who was also Durk's new up-and-coming artist.
OTF Nunu was supposed to be what Von was supposed to be. OTF Nooski, bro, he was different. Bro, Nooski was different, bro.
His cousin OTF Nunu, aka Nooski, who was also Durk's new up-and-coming artist, would be brutally murdered in his car while he was waiting for Durk, who had gone into a nearby store. Durk's ops then would use pictures that were taken of Durk grieving at the scene to mercilessly troll him online. But Durk's problems wouldn't end there, because in November 2014, he would once again get arrested and charged with another UUW, this now being his third gun case. But interestingly, this arrest would be the very same one where THF Bezu would be arrested and charged for a murder. But it wouldn't only be Bezu who would get slapped with murder charges. By the end of 2014, King Von from O Block was also sat in jail awaiting trial over his murder case concerning a young man named Malcolm Stuckey. And in January 2015, Durk himself would even end up charged with murder too, after one of the guns found during their arrest would be matched to a 2013 murder of an innocent woman named Shanida Lawrence, who was shot whilst attending a gathering in Harris Memorial Park following a funeral of a family member, this park being near the hood of one of Lamron's oldest ops, the Brick Squad. However, the murder charge would eventually end up getting dropped, and even with Durk seemingly admitting ownership of the guns, where he dropped the legendary one-liner, "I got those pipes, cause MFs always be trying to take my bands," he would seemingly also get away scot-free with the UUW charges. But while Durk had yet again dodged a major bullet that could have ended his career, that career would actually hit somewhat of a rough patch during these years that followed the meteoric rise of the Chicago drill scene, as Durk would seemingly go through a long period where he would struggle to actually find his sound and get motion in music. His time at Def Jam would arguably lead to some not so successful experimentations, such as his association with French Montana's Coke Boys crew, or his relationship with the Detroit
Darking days, darking days, darking days. Man, that French Montana deal was crazy too, bro.
Such as his association with French Montana's Coke Boys crew, or his relationship with the Detroit rapper Dej Loaf, which appeared as a publicity move for Durk in an effort to move him away from the drill sound to a more pop-oriented approach to music, as even Durk would seemingly admit in his 2016 song Like Me. But in 2016, Durk would end up parting ways with Def Jam, and while he certainly still had a sizable audience, it was clear that his career trajectory was pointing downwards, and this must have been a moment where Durk was under immense pressure to produce something that would get his name hot again and get his music respected in the streets once again after trying to go pop. And it just so happened that around this time, someone from Durk's old circle would get back into the streets, ready to put his crazy story out there for the whole world to hear. And that someone was none other than King Von.
Von! Come on, man. So now we on the Von chapter, the Evil Twins chapter, bro. Damn. Hold on, what y'all saying? What y'all saying? Y'all think self-snitching bad now? Back then it was normal. No, facts. It was crazy, bro. Niggas was just saying anything. Well, Wooski G. Classic diss tracks. I don't think he would have been better than Von. Oh, you talking about Newski? Yeah, I remember when the Migos was beefing with Chief Keef. I remember that. I think they got in like a shootout behind this shit, I think. T Grizzly was beefing with Duck and them at one point. Yeah, because I think T went to, was it O Block or he went to 600? I think he went to 600. But if King Von faked his death. All right, bro. Bro, that's a crazy conspiracy, bro. Didn't want to get on a Rico. That's crazy. It worked in the long run. Man. Yeah, Soulja Boy Quavo said he wants some beef with him. Damn. Evil Twins.
Lil Durk's most famous OTF signee, King Von, is often described as one of Chicago drill's best storytellers, and he's seen as probably the genre's most authentic voice. Von's real life truly matched the gritty and violent themes that he was rapping about, and in many ways, King Von was a larger-than-life character, a rapper that arguably single-handedly brought the Chicago drill genre back and took gangster rap to daring new heights. But also, unfortunately, in the streets, King Von was a prolific killer, with a rumored 7 murders under his belt, something that I've covered extensively on this channel in my long video, King Von, Rap's First Serial Killer. If you want to learn about those murders, go and watch that video, but in this video, I'll be digging much deeper into Von's relationship with Durk. As I mentioned earlier, King Von originally grew up in a hood called Englewood, located in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, but he would later move to the infamous Parkway Gardens, better known as O Block, a hood that's been affiliated with Durk's Lamron set for a long time, when it was still known as Wick City, that meant wild, insane, and crazy, with both sets united by the fact that they rep the 64th Street or 064. Durk and Von's friendship goes back long before Von's rap career, with Reddit rumors suggesting that they actually knew each other since the late 2000s or early 2010s, while Von himself would state in an interview that they'd known each other since Von was in the 6th or 7th grade.
See, and I never knew that. I thought niggas met Von in 2018 type shit.
While Von himself would state in an interview that they'd known each other since Von was in the 6th or 7th grade.
How'd you guys meet? Growing up, same area, hoods, you know how that go.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
The first time, nah. We always be outside, deep as hell, so probably the first time.
Or maybe what age?
Around like 6th grade or something, 7th grade.
But didn't go to the same school?
No, I'm younger.
What we do know for sure is that Durk was known to hang out with members of O-Block during the early 2010s, as can be seen from Chief Keef's August 2011 music video for the song Bang, where Durk can be seen with his Lamron partner, Lil Reese, supporting Sosa on his budding rap career. One story that underscores the bond between King Von and Lil Durk is from 2014, when Lil Durk supposedly lent King Von his watch to take to the prom of his then girlfriend at the time, a girl called Mena Red, who's actually the sister of Von's old friend, the rapper Tay 600, nowadays better known as Tay Capone. In an interview with Karen Civil, Durk would recall the story, explaining how Von would get locked up the very next day.
You know, we've been like locked in, like since we was younger. My brother Vernie put us into him, and we just started like locking in real heavy. And then, I think we was going on prom. I gave him my watch to go on prom. He go on prom, he locked up the next day with it. So when he came out, it was like, oh yeah, we locked in. So that was crazy.
According to online rumors, the reason for Von's arrest would be a shooting that Von did on the way to prom with Lil Durk's very good friend, Lil Varney.
Bro, nigga, you got a bust down on, you got shawty next to you, you headed to prom, and you still gotta shoot some shit, bro? That's crazy. Bro, that's crazy, man. Said, I don't know how the fuck King Von and Durk got charged not guilty when it went to trial together. Said Durk got 2 bodies the night his brother died. 2 men were shot connected to D-Thang's murder. Damn, man. On the way to prom, bro?
And there's actually a picture of King Von toting a pistol in a white prom suit that still circulates online. Now, this was actually a shooting too that Von would later allegedly talk about in his song Don't Wanna Be Me, when he raps how the police would catch him right after the shooting, but Mena Red would seemingly attempt to claim their guns and take the case for them. Durk would then go to his Twitter and tell his followers to write to Von in jail, referring to him as his brother and saying how Von's gonna be home real soon. But that wasn't—
Bro, she took the case for Von? Said Mena solid for taking the case, bro. That's crazy. I be feeling like females be the first to fold, but no, she took that case, bro.
In jail, referring to him as his brother and saying how Von's gonna be home real soon.
Damn.
That wasn't the case, as Von would eventually get charged with the May 2014 murder of a young man named Malcolm Stuckey. Von would later reveal that while he was locked up for this murder, Durk was one of the few people consistently taking care of him.
When I got locked up for the drama, like Durk was the main one supporting me to helping me. So we got even closer when I was just in jail. Then I got out. He flew me out there with him. Got the rapping. So me and Durk, you know, we like.
Von would eventually beat his charges and get released in December 2017, and Durk would almost immediately take him under his wing and out of the reckless street life that nearly destroyed his life. And soon after, King Von would sign to Lil Durk's OTF collective, and inspired by Durk's success, he too would turn to rap as a means of changing his life.
Before they finish, I'm saying these 2 artists from Chicago who signed the OTF. So.
Okay, so that's Book right
Book
there?
600 and King Von.
So, and they signed to you?
Yeah, actually, they got their own face and name, so they don't need me.
Oh, they don't need you. They don't need you. So.
Yeah, we off on that.
Durk would waste no time helping Von make his mark on the rap game, bringing him to the popular radio show The Breakfast Club shortly after Von had begun dropping his first songs, with Durk describing him as somebody with a gripping story to tell, perhaps smoothly hinting to his secret past as a 7-time killer in his neighborhood.
King Von, V-O-N,
King Von,
K-I-N-G.
What made you want to sign King Von?
Cause he got a whole story behind him. You know what I'm saying? He from O-Block.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That should speak for itself. Nah.
Let me pocket watch real quick. How much y'all think Durk signed Von for at the time? How much y'all think Durk signed Von for at the time? Give me a number, man. Y'all think it was 100? Do y'all think Durk had the bag like that back then? Said a ticket? Said 0, you think he did it pro bono? Said 0. On some like Lil Baby Rallo Rodriguez shit. Said 200. Said it was confirmed he never signed. So it was probably like some word of mouth, like some street shit, handshake type shit. Say Von busted at the wrong thing on prom night. Facts. 200K. Yeah, Durk ain't really touched the bag like that. Durk ain't really start making real money till like, I say like 2021, 2020. Like 2021, 2022-ish. Set a chain, yeah.
But now I'm saying he just real. Now I'm saying his music, just real. It just with him. Now I'm saying it's my brother, twin. I've been with him his whole journey in jail. And I ain't gonna lie, like he ain't never say nothing about rapping.
The interview actually featured an iconic moment where Charlemagne asked Von his story, and Von proudly boasted that he just beat a body in 2 attempts, even hinting that he did indeed do the murder and only got off due to Lil Durk helping him with an expensive lawyer.
What's your story?
It's my story. I just got out of jail for just beat a body in 2 attempts. Like, December? I just got out, started rapping.
So you was in jail for 2 murders?
Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts. I just beat.
How you beat that?
What you mean? I
mean, you didn't do it clearly, but I mean, like how? I mean, you had something to throw young black man in jail.
Like jury, like you know.
Like, you know,
Durk
jury,
was like,
look, you know.
Durk
That's
was like,
expensive too, to take it to trial and all of that.
Yeah.
Hey man, if your brother got on $500,000 worth of jury, he gonna have a lawyer.
Von's breakout moment would come just weeks later in December 2018 with the song Crazy Story, a vivid depiction of a robbery gone wrong. The song's powerful storytelling captivated listeners and amassed over 100,000 views on its first day, which shocked even Von himself. But their shared success wasn't without turbulence, as it seemed that Von would bring the Chicago street mindset back to Lil Durk's life, who at this point had already seemingly moved on to bigger and better, more positive things, living the rapper lifestyle all the way out in Atlanta. In February 2019, not even a year after Von had signed to OTF and begun dropping music, Durk and Von would allegedly take part in an incident that would land them an attempted murder case in Atlanta. Allegedly, an altercation would take place outside of the Varsity restaurant, where Durk and Von, along with their friend and fellow OTF affiliate THF Bezu, as well as another Chicago rapper AAB Hella Bands, would allegedly shoot and rob a man by the name of Alexander Witherspoon. Police would claim that Durk was caught on camera during the incident firing from his custom Jeep Trackhawk with a large 300 printed on the side. But the surveillance footage of the incident was seemingly from an angle that left much ambiguity to who had ultimately been the one shooting.
This is the car and this is the SUV. Okay. So you're gonna see it in just 1 second.
So the car with the lights on was also in.
That's the car that the gentleman was in. Like I said, if you're looking at it, hey guys, so in a minute you're about to see it.
Okay.
So I can't tell where he came up from, but you're gonna see the green shoes in a minute. So look at right here. This is the car. The SUV behind it is the SUV. And all those girls are talking in the SUV. And in 1 second, you're gonna see the guy get out tussling. It look like they're in the back tussling or something, but you really can't tell what's going on. But if you see inside of that car, you see all that tussling.
Right.
So this is the guy.
Bro, the camera quality is ass, bro. Like a distinctive car like that, yeah, if they had that clear 4K, but this shit so grainy, bro, you gotta be able to prove that shit. Damn. Yeah, bro, I never seen this clip before. Yeah, they was going crazy at this time too. Yeah, that's
the guy.
Is this?
He's trying to push the door and all that. So I don't know if he has a firearm too, but I know he falls a couple of times.
Okay, there he is.
That's him.
So that's okay.
That's him steady running.
He got hit.
He's steady running, and then you'll see him fall out in front of us. 2401. That car was shooting in that one too.
As weeks passed following the incident, Lil Durk and King Von continued their lives as if nothing had happened, while Atlanta police methodically pieced together their investigation. And in May 2019, the facade would come crashing down as King Von was ultimately arrested, with dramatic footage showing over 30 Chicago police officers swarming O-Block to take him into custody.
30? Like this nigga Jeffrey Dahmer or something? 30, bro?
Showing over 30 Chicago police officers swarming O-Block to take him into custody.
Stay on the ground.
Gang,
Just don't resist. Don't resist.
gang, why y'all grab me? What the f*** y'all?
Other footage would show King Von in the precinct after his arrest. Shortly after, Durk voiced his support on Twitter, simply writing, "Free Von." But then another tragedy would strike just a week later, when AAB Hella Bands, real name Amir Golston, was gunned down outside of a Miami nightclub in the early hours of the morning. AAB Hella Bands, who's from the so-called Wild 100s in the far south side of Chicago, had allegedly killed another rapper in 2015 who went by the name of Chris Smokes and belonged to a set called LSG 109th, also known as Kush Cowboys or T3 Gang. The LSGs, or Lynchman Sircon Gangsters, have a long history, allegedly going back all the way to the original Supreme Gangsters that preceded the Gangster Disciples, as well as the Black Gangster Disciple Nation alliance between the GDs and BDs that was formed between Larry Hoover and David Barksdale. Allegedly, 4 years after Hella Bands had killed Chris, a member of the LSG by the name of Austin Hall would fly to Miami to kill Hella Bands as revenge for his fallen friend, catching him.
Niggas hopped on a flight to Miami, nigga, to catch a body, bro. That's crazy. You gonna stream more games? I got some more shit coming. Believe me, I got some more shit coming. Bro, this is crazy. Bro took a flight. Oh, I was hot at the time, 30 deep. Yeah, 30. You talking about 30 deep grimy? Yeah. So they overdid it from Chicago to smoke in Miami. It's crazy, bro. You got the beaches, the nightlife, and you going there to kill a nigga, bro. That's crazy.
By the name of Austin Hall would fly to Miami to kill hella bands as revenge for his fallen friend, catching him in front of a busy nightclub, with the assassination being caught on video surveillance.
And Miami Beach police are releasing some surveillance video they say captures the shooter as he tries to run away. Newly released video obtained from the Miami Beach Police Department shows people running for their lives on South Beach. Moments later, this man is seen running diagonally across Washington Avenue. Miami Beach police now say they believe this is the man who opened fire, killing 24-year-old Amir Golston, better known as rapper AAB Hella Bands, and sending another man to the hospital.
A Miami Beach spokesperson would later reveal that Hella Bands had been wanted in Atlanta for the attempted murder and robbery case involving Durk and Von.
The victim in this case, it was wanted out of Atlanta PD. Actually, he had an active warrant for attempted murder, armed robbery.
Meanwhile, according to the Chicago Police Department's website, 2 days after Hella Bands' death, THF Bezu would be arrested in Chicago as a fugitive from justice, allegedly tied to the same Atlanta shooting. However, despite Von and Durk's legal troubles, their music careers had flourished. Just weeks after Von's arrest for the shooting and robbery incident, the remix for his hit song Crazy Story featuring Lil Durk would drop, becoming a massive hit, even landing the track on the Billboard Global 200, being sat at a whopping 122 million views. 1 week after the release of this remix, Lil Durk took to Twitter to announce that he would be turning himself in for the same crimes the following day. But before doing so, he would actually sit down for a TV interview in his lawyer's office, where he claimed his innocence and vowed that he had moved past the street gang life of his youth.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Durk Banks, a.k.a. the performer Lil Durk, emerged from his lawyer's space and headed toward an SUV. Soon after that, he stepped out in front of the Fulton County Jail. One of his lawyers says he was swiftly taken into custody there, having swiftly flown back to Atlanta after he found out he was wanted.
We found out we had a warrant. We was actually on tour. Once I heard, I immediately came back.
He's willing to turn himself in and take care of what he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
Him canceling that tour, turning himself in, could have also played another part of, you know, this situation. Damn, bro. Did you figure out Dylan's schedule yet? No, not yet. I bought a planner though. I got a planner though. I just bought a planner. I'm about to organize this shit. Didn't they say about the town? Oh, Young and Age dropping the deluxe.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary.
Said Basil too old, bro. Man, when it come to this street shit, bro, it seems like it ain't never too old, man. Even though I think it come to a point, bro, it's like, man, y'all touching a little bit of money. Stop this. Stop it.
Career going.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
Banks indicated his lawyer told him not to discuss the specific facts of the case, but he confirmed what his attorney Manny Aurora said, that as a youth, Banks was drawn into the gang life that surrounded him in Chicago, but that's not who he is today.
I had a bad background, just growing up as a child, about father being incarcerated for 25 years, 26 years. So I had a rough past, but like me moving to Atlanta, I just thought that just changed my whole identity of thinking.
Not long after this, Durk and Von would appear together in what would become an iconic court appearance, solidifying their image as the evil twins who weren't just rappers from the same area, but a dynamic duo of gangsters ready to get shooting at a moment's notice.
Banks released a single "Turn Myself In" the day he turned himself in.
That was a hit.
It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
I'm gonna say this too. Had this shooting happened in Chicago and they were trying to pin this on Durk and Von, they would have went to prison. But because it was in Atlanta, I feel like that was another thing too, man.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
Following some intense legal back and forths, which included testimonies from Lil Durk's pastor and record label, Durk would be granted a $250,000 bond in June 2019.
Lil Durk's pastor and record label all testified on his behalf, and at the end of it, the judge determined that the rapper is not a flight risk and granted him a $250,000 bond.
Celebrating his release, he would hop on Instagram Live, visibly relieved as he ran out of jail.
There you go. We out here. We out here. Yo, I'm getting fired in the motherfucking possible, yeah? They talking 15 minutes, I'm talking 30. Okay, all right. Oh, we were still waiting on the driver to come up. Just hop in. We waiting on the driver. Hey, Tim, hey, you can just stay right here. Another car is about to pull up.
I'm back.
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, thank everybody for the love and support.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, supporting us, believing us, you know?
During the live session, Durk would tease fans by mentioning that King Von would be coming home the very next day.
Von will be home tomorrow.
Bro, the title is crazy. Durk runs out of jail, leaves King Von behind. Is crazy, bro.
By
That's a
mentioning
crazy
that King Von
title.
would be coming home the very next day.
Von will be home tomorrow.
Shortly afterward, Durk would proceed to do an interview on his time in jail from his home.
You know, you get type of that in a predicament like this, you would sit back and be like, damn, like why I ain't never do this more? Why I ain't never do this with my kids more? Why I ain't do this with my pops more or my mama? You know what I'm saying? So it just understand life more.
Von's release would come a few days later after he was granted a bail of $300,000. However, one of the conditions of their release was that Durk and Von not be in contact with one another, this even applying to promo runs and club appearances.
So them being in court together, that was the last time that they were in the same spot at the same time with each other, bro.
With the judge essentially breaking up the evil twins for good. For real, these two childhood friends couldn't speak to each other for a pretty extended period in this time. This is something that Von would actually comment on during his March 2020 interview on No Jumper.
Isn't you and Durk, your probation or whatever is such that you're not supposed to be associating with other people who are part of the case? So is it like a thing where you're not supposed to be around each other?
Yeah, so yeah, me and Durk, we only see each other like at court, if we got court.
So even when you're on tour, you can't really be around each other too much?
Nah, we can't. Hell no.
Damn, that's up.
Yeah, ugly.
Is that strange, like just to have the court basically just saying you can't be cool with one of your best friends?
Yeah, because you know it's like, I started out with him, like he started up for me and everything, like how people get to notice me. He bringing me to his interviews and pulling up a chair right here and letting me sit right there.
Right.
Like even though it's just like it's supposed to say if he came No Jump, he'd have a chair right here for me. You'd be like, what the f going on?
Right.
Nah, this is my artist. You see what I'm saying?
But all that stuff is out for right now, which is unfortunate.
That's what I'm saying. So they just say we caught the case and they removed me for everything. Like in all my shows, I only was having shows because of Durk.
Right.
Like he pulling me on his. You see what I'm saying? So I'm only going places with Durk. I'm only doing. So now it was time to. They put the case. You can't be around Durk no more. You can't move. So now I was only in the studio with Durk. I was on it. So now do everything on your own. You just gotta do it. So I just had to.
But while Durk and Von couldn't spend time together anymore, there was someone else who was seemingly occupying much of Von's time. As shortly after achieving rap stardom in 2018, King Von had begun dating the rapper Asian Doll, aka Asian Debrat, or simply Asian. The two lovebirds had first crossed paths at a celebrity basketball game where Von had tagged along with Lil Durk. And eventually, Von convinced her to go on a date, borrowing Durk's Trackhawk in an attempt to impress her. This Trackhawk actually being the exact one that was allegedly later used in the attempted murder case in Atlanta.
She sent the number in. I was saying she live in Atlanta. Now, when I go to the crib, now Durk out of town. He left his truck in my car. He got a Trackhawk. That was raw. So I got Durk's car today. So I go pick up. I tell her I'm gonna take her out.
From here, the couple soon became inseparable, frequently being seen together online, and Von would officially announce their relationship during a joint interview with Lil Durk on Shade 45.
King Von, I'm saying he in a relationship too.
Shout out Agent Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he go ahead, yeah.
You heard it here, man. He looking at you like, come on, man.
However, Von's legal problems didn't take a back seat. Even while out on bail stemming from the Varsity incident, Von's fiery personality would lead to more issues. He would actually allegedly end up briefly in jail again after getting into a studio fight with somebody who'd apparently disrespected Asian Doll, calling her a
Tell him what happened to my hand, bro.
Folks overbeat his.
Call my girlfriend.
But in the end, a relationship between these two would get rocky, and it would be another rapper who would get himself mixed up in their drama. This rapper, of course, being Baton Rouge gangster rap superstar NBA YoungBoy. Now, if you want to understand YoungBoy's complicated and violent backstory, I've made a 6-hour deep dive on his life, so you can go and watch that for all the context if you don't know nothing about YoungBoy. But to understand the origin of this beef between Lil Durk's OTF and YoungBoy's NBA, or Never Broke Again collective, which would eventually end up leaving both Von and Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab dead, and Durk fighting for his life behind bars, we have to go all the way back to where it started, and it all started started with Von. In late 2017, Lil Durk had dropped the song My Side that featured NBA YoungBoy. In the song, Durk would acknowledge that he and YoungBoy were a cut above the rest when it came to the rap game and that they were setting the bar for the others. Durk was clearly a big fan of YoungBoy, as well as fellow singing southern street rapper Quando Rondo, who was signed to YoungBoy's NBA label, as Durk would actually name both of them in an Instagram post where he listed his favorite 50 rappers of all time. Furthermore, in my opinion, the influence of YoungBoy and Quando's style, a very unique approach of singing and using auto-tune to tell stories from the streets, really resonated with Durk and inspired him to keep making more of that same auto-tuned pain music. YoungBoy, Quando Rondo, and OTF had a seemingly amicable relationship up to this point. In February 2019, Von and Quando were seen hanging out backstage at a show and filming a skit where Quando actually would diss Von's ops from 63rd Street in Chicago.
I'm saying though, they got 63rd.
Dirty. Bro, Quando something else, bro. Quando something else, bro. I see the link, bro.
I'm talking about hey, listen, bro, man, 64, y'all 63rd over there smoking crack.
Things seemed really positive between these two groups, but that was all about to change when a year and a half later, in early 2019, Von would hop on IG Live to call out YoungBoy, claiming that he had lies or cap in his raps.
YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro.
He ain't even like that.
He talking crazy on it.
He ain't even like that.
He ain't even like that.
On his ass. On his ass. You got cap in your rap.
However, in August 2019, King Von would surprisingly tweet a welcome home message to YoungBoy following his release from jail. So despite their growing tensions, there appeared to be a brief sense of camaraderie between these groups. Around the same time, Von would actually begin incorporating some of YoungBoy's rhetoric into his own style, further blurring the lines between respect and rivalry. In October, DJ Academics would stir the pot by tweeting that NBA YoungBoy was the realest street rapper to ever emerge since the original Chirac drill era, challenging fans to name another artist who really lived the life they rapped about. Without hesitation, Lil Durk would respond with a suggestion of his own, King Von.
I never seen
that. In February
that.
2020, King Von suggested that he and NBA YoungBoy had actually worked on music together, even calling on YoungBoy publicly to release the track on Twitter. In a post that seemed to hint that YoungBoy had been holding on to the song and blocking its release, in May, Durk would release his 5th studio album, Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, a sequel to a mixtape that he had dropped back in 2018. This album also containing the song Turn Myself In, which had been originally released in June 2019, just before Durk had been locked up for the alleged incident in Atlanta. The album would debut at number 5 and later became his first album to reach the top 2 on the Billboard 200. But as Durk celebrated his album rollout, King Von would be out instigating the beef and prodding YoungBoy. And in August, he would tweet a cryptic message to his fans, claiming that they wouldn't believe the woman he had just made a hit song with. Later that same day, photos surfaced online of Von with Jania Michelle, the mother of NBA YoungBoy's child, sparking a social media frenzy. Von escalated the drama by insinuating on Twitter that he had a sex tape with Jania and hinting that he could release something that could make someone stop claiming their kids. Jania quickly denied the rumor.
It's always the females, bro.
Attempting to shut down the speculation. However, leaked messages suggested that Von's actions were less about Jania and more about getting under Asian Doll's skin, revealing that his supposed collaboration with Jania was an effort to provoke Asian Doll, who he'd apparently split up with at this point. Asian would quickly dismiss Von's claims as lies, asserting that she had found direct messages between Von and Jania before they split up, just adding more fuel to the fire.
Oh, nah, I seen that in them DMs. I've been seeing it. She's lying. I've been seeing it. Been on dick. I've been seeing it. None of this not a surprise. This is just on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? I've been new.
The very next day, NBA YoungBoy would respond with an Instagram post aimed squarely at Von, and in a shocking move, YoungBoy captioned the post with a vow to make sure that his son sleeps with King Von's daughter, turning the trolling into a deeply personal and slightly weird attack. Amid the escalating tension, Durk and Von's longtime friend, from back in the days when OTF was something more than just a rap collective, Lil Reese, would enter the beef too, tweeting a bold threat that he planned to beat up Quando Rondo, a close friend of YoungBoy and an artist on his NBA label, to which Rondo would respond by saying that Reese and the Chicago rappers in general wouldn't do nothing. At this point, the beef between Von and YoungBoy had now broadened to include numerous people from both sides, and in September 2020, King Von would tweet what appeared to be a direct threat towards Quando Rondo and NBA YoungBoy, saying that he hoped God had space for both of them. The following day, Quando Rondo's right-hand man, Lil Tim, would fire back on Twitter, warning Von and the other Chicago rappers to think twice before messing with Quando.
Bro. I ain't know Tim responded before the fact of the situation going down.
But Von, unfazed, would respond the day after, saying that he'd been fighting his whole life and he could punch hard as hell. Around this time, Von would also begin publicly claiming that he was single and too focused on his career to be in a relationship. However, he would still be spotted at a club with YoungBoy's baby mama, Jania Michelle.
So just like 2 days ago, Jania was spotted in the club with King Von's sister, and King Von was also there as well. You couldn't see them together, but you know they were together. If you know, you know.
2020 was truly King Von's year. He had dropped 2 successful mixtapes back-to-back, Grandson Volume 1 and LeVon James, and he was priming himself for a blockbuster debut with the much-anticipated project Welcome to O-Block. But also, by October, Von had shifted his focus to promoting his new song, Mine Too, a track that was subtly dissing NBA YoungBoy as he would rap about how somebody's girl was Von's too, whilst also mentioning having beef in the NOLA, or New Orleans and Louisiana, the latter being YoungBoy's home state. Also in October, Von would tweet that once a girl lets another man in, he would no longer want her, leading fans to speculate that he was referencing Asian Doll, possibly moving on, and rumours would then begin swirling that Von's ex-Asian Doll had actually met up with YoungBoy, a claim that emerged after DMs from people in YoungBoy's camp leaked.
And I remember, I think Asian Doll did a song with YB, and Von was like, that shit was weak or something
Meanwhile,
like that.
Durk was going on the musical run of a lifetime. His momentum as a rapper was truly back, partly off the back of the street credibility that he'd received from his collaboration with Von, landing a blockbuster collaboration with rap's biggest star Drake in the form of the song Laugh Now, Cry Later, dropping in August, a track that swiftly went to number 2 on the Billboard charts. And Durk was gearing up to drop his 6th studio album, The Voice, releasing its title track in September 2020, while NBA YoungBoy, on the other hand, was on a generational run in the rap game, releasing back-to-back #1 albums and flooding the market with music in a way that proved that you could provide quality and quantity at the very pinnacle of the rap game. He was also catching cases left, right, and center, and he was certainly one of the realest, if you will, gangster rappers to have ever done it, especially at that level at this point. But YoungBoy was also still being petty and entertaining the beef. He would actually release a snippet in early November of a song that he had apparently recorded with Asian Doll with the threatening title Meet the Reaper, clearly taking a deadly hint towards this beef with Von, a dig which Von would respond to by tweeting that the song was trash and claiming that his and Jania's collaboration was much better. He would then even hint at having compromising pictures of Jania, but then later backtracked, saying that he was only joking and that if Asian Doll was happy, then he's happy too. But the song was still trash. In an interview with DJ Academics, Von would downplay the feud with YoungBoy, saying that the internet was blowing it out of proportion.
People told me you and YoungBoy was beefing or something like that. You said something about what happened, Von? What's going on with you, man?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Don't tell me I got problems over girls.
No, it's the internet, gang.
Nah, it was the girls, Von. It was the girls, Von. Man, over the females, bro. And yeah, I'm saying Jania, bro, I think she a Fashion Nova model now? Like, it's different, bro. That's crazy.
It's the, you know,
she out the way now.
Try to make it like that because it's the internet. You see what I'm saying? And then you know how females will try to make it like that because they females and they'll try to make it like one.
Like, bro, can you imagine at this time, 2020, Von put out 3 classic projects. Durk had to just cause y'all waited. The Voice, everything was going crazy. YB had top. Bro, the collabs, the music we could have got. I mean, we still got some good shit. That year was one of the greatest years for music, but dog, we was robbed of a lot of great shit, bro.
Females will try to make it like that.
A lot of great shit.
Because they females, and they'll try to make it like one motherfucker hard and try to, it be just all type. But it ain't nothing too serious, nothing you should worry about.
Tragically though, Von had no idea just how serious the situation was about to become, and only a few days later, events would escalate far beyond anyone's expectations. As has now been covered extensively in the media, on November the 6th, 2020, King Von would tragically lose his life in a shooting outside of the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. The incident, which was captured on security cameras, seemingly began from Von initiating a fight with Quando Rondo. This unprovoked sucker punch would immediately descend into a full-blown jumping, and chaos would break out between Von and Quando's entourages, during which time Quando's right-hand man Lil Tim would quickly exit a car that he was sitting in before calmly going around it and shooting at King Von, who was hit numerous times and would later pass away in the hospital, adding an eerie layer to...
FBG Duck got killed August 6, 2020, or it was August 4th, 2020. It was damn near 3 months apart.
Around it and shooting at King Von, who was hit numerous times and would later pass away in the hospital. Adding an eerie layer to this tragedy, Lil Durk would be on Instagram Live when the news of Von's shooting broke, with fans flooding the comments letting Durk know what had happened, and after seemingly reading these messages...
And this was when he was promoting the Back in Blood song with Pooh Shiesty.
Durk would abruptly end the live.
Yeah. Bro, that's crazy, bro.
The hours that followed saw a media frenzy as tributes and reactions poured in. Durk took to Instagram to mourn his close friend, sharing a heartfelt post where he simply told Von he loved him. But while Durk was grieving, unfortunately, the internet wouldn't be kind to him, as in the midst of Durk mourning the loss of his friend, who was known as one of Chicago's most feared gangsters, who never let a violation go unchecked, online, the phrase "slide for Von" would become synonymous with Lil Durk amongst fans of drill music, popularized by none other than rainbow-head rapping snitch 6ix9ine. The trolling and troll-looking rapper commented on Lil Durk's tribute post for Von how Durk had first lost Newski and now Von, and that he was still just rapping.
This is why you can't pay attention to the trolls, bro. You can't pay attention to the trolls. The trolls are unhappy in their life. Durk, you was like, bro, he really let the internet really just sway his shit, bro. Yeah, August 4th. Bro, that autopsy, bro, when they leaked that shit, bro, that shit made my stomach turn. That made my stomach turn.
Durk's tribute post for Von, how Durk had first lost Newski and now Von, and that he was still just rapping, telling him to go and pick up a gun instead. 6ix9ine would continue his provocations during an appearance on DJ Academics' Off the Record podcast, accusing Durk of knowing who killed Von and doing nothing about it.
They know the exact that put 10 bullets in King Von and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo, go slide for that, man. Listen. Y'all know what y'all saying? Yo, y'all want to crash out. Y'all want no. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Go killing at me. Hold on. Why this not shooting? Let me be real with you.
Did 6ix9ine ever say anything since Durk got arrested? Cause bro, he been kind of quiet. I know he was locked up for real. So he was gonna do it regardless. The trolls made it worse. You think so? I mean, it's hard to tell though. I hate the internet when it comes to this type of shit. Yeah. Man.
I don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Durk, go slide for me. I discovered King Von. No, I don't want to talk about King Von. So why is Durk not sliding? I don't know no politics. And listen, why is this not sliding on? How you know?
Fans would quickly adopt the "Slide for Von" slogan, using it relentlessly to troll Durk in the months following Von's death. Durk would respond to the "Slide for Von" narrative, stating that none of them slid for their people, so that they should stop talking about killing to him. However, at this point, it seemed like every post that Durk made on social media would become the target for comments demanding retribution for Von.
Durk was in a really messed up situation because you're one of the biggest stars in the industry at this point. You got a Drake feature. You made it to the other side, but then again, what got you to this point is pretty much rapping about that lifestyle. So it was gonna be a lose-lose situation either way for Durk, but I feel like freedom would have been better than listening to a whole bunch of motherfuckers troll online. You know, freedom is more important than anything. You know, but damn, bro.
People on Reddit would hold polls asking whether or not they believed that Durk would slide for Von, with the results showing a near even split, 53% voting no and 47% expecting vengeance. On December the 24th, 2020, Durk would release his much-awaited album, The Voice, which he would dedicate to King Von. The album would peak at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and on January the 10th, 2021, he would tease a deluxe version that would later drop on January the 29th, 2021 with 12 additional tracks. Despite the losses that he was suffering, Durk's career still had an incredible momentum like he'd never seen before. During 2021, he would be featured on multiple hit songs such as No More Parties remix by Coi Leray, which reached number 26 on the Hot 100, Every Chance I Get by DJ Khaled, which hit number 20, No Return by Polo G that hit number 26, Sharing Locations with Meek Mill peaking at number 22, Jonah with Kanye West hitting number 27, In the Bible, another collab with Drake that hit number 7, and Who Wants Smoke with Nardo Wick going number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100. Durk was hot.
Dog, this is what I mean. Durk was a cheat code at this point. So it's like you either listen to the net and crash out behind that, or you have your freedom and you be the pop star, the superstar that you should be, bro. It's hard to separate. You can't be both, is what I'm trying to say. You can't be both, is what I'm trying to say, man. Damn, I don't think it had nothing to do with the trolls. I believe it's still fools that will crash out over Von right now. That's facts. That's facts. Durk was gonna stand on business regardless. Man. Yeah, The Voice was hard, bro.
and he was quickly becoming a fan favorite in the rap game. Genuinely, it was this hot run that made him the voice of the streets. However, despite all the success he was having in the music industry, clearly being at a loss in the streets was still having an impact on Durk's mindset, and he would even hint at the way that he was thinking in his new music. On October the 15th, 2021, Durk would release the emotionally charged track Piss Me Off, where Durk made it clear that he couldn't find peace until revenge was achieved, before following through with a promise of retribution. The music video for the song would show Durk far away from the studios and clubs of Atlanta, but actually back in his home turf in Taytown's Hood on 59th and Princeton. But in the meantime, rapper NLE Chopper would say in an interview with DJ Academics that he had actually tried to convince Durk not to retaliate musically.
When after this happened with Vaughn and all that, a lot of all that was happening, bro, I was the one really in bro ear, like, know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this person in your ear to be like, know what I'm saying, let this chill, like, don't move on it. But bro, I'm gonna be that person to let you know, bro, like, this cycle we in as black men is a never ending cycle. Cause at the end of the day, bro, we one person, we got one conscious mind. That's why when I'm thinking something, they might be thinking the same thing. Cause at the end of the day, out of us being black, white, Hispanic, whatever, we are a human being and we are one race.
Respectfully, Chopper. Y'all said Durk was gonna do it regardless. Then Durk wasn't trying to really hear none of that shit. He wasn't trying to hear none of that, bro. Damn. That's off of Von. Even if they, yeah, that's facts. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The voice of the streets, the voice of the voiceless. Man.
So when you do something, this why I know what's up with life now. This why I don't do nothing out of spite to people.
Only a month later though, Lil Durk would drop the song Aha, a fiery diss that instantly went viral, amassing over 100 million views on YouTube. And in the song, Lil Durk would directly address the feud, opening with a bar that made it clear that he wasn't about to take NLE Chopper's advice about not responding to Von disses, instead telling his goons to go and pick up a gun. Unfortunately, as we all know now from the alleged indictment, it seemed that despite the promise of his rising rap career, Durk was completely consumed by seeking revenge for Von. And in the years that followed, Durk would seemingly set into motion a series of events that would ultimately see him and his friends in jail, fighting for their lives and freedom. But interestingly, whilst this was already going on, and before Von had even been killed, it would appear that behind the scenes, when Von was alive, he, perhaps with the assistance of Lil Durk, was continuing to wage war on their shared enemies, without a care for the survival of his budding rap career. Only a few months before Von died, there would be another prominent murder in Chicago, seemingly orchestrated by Von and carried out by a number of people who were close friends of both Von and Durk. And with Von being dead by the time these charges came to light, Durk would end up being the biggest name associated with the murder. And with Von's death still going unavenged at this point, Durk would seemingly continue to carry the torch, doing exactly what Von did, using his music and lyrics as a megaphone to tell the world about him and his crew's murderous ways, laying the groundwork for the authorities to build up a picture of Durk and Von as violent kingpins, using their fame and money to have anyone they didn't like killed without a care. And I'm of course talking about the murder of FBG Durk.
So we gonna stop it right there. That's where we gonna stop it. We gonna stop it right there, man. Let me write this down. 1 minute 15. All right. Damn. Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. This doc crazy. It's crazy. It's a long ass doc, bro. So Rod Wave should be the voice of the streets. Damn. We gonna pick this up. I'm gonna have this. It's probably gonna take like 4 parts, honestly.